Oh no. Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. So this time I'm going to be working on Project Flip. You can't see me. Project Flip, and I'll be looking at this manifold stud because a couple of you didn't like how I fixed it. Even though I fixed it and it doesn't blow, you was like, yeah, I've not done it properly. So, you know, that's what I've got to do. So I've got to take the manifold off and do it properly. So here we are again, back on our little 1.2. The more and more I look at this engine bay, the more and more I need to clean it. But you know, I'll clean it before we sell it. Looks like a different colour green down there, or a different colour blue, whatever you want to call it. But yes, we'll give that a good clean before we sell it. So, time to get underneath. So this is the fix that we did before. I put some washers on here to pack out the what was left of the threads. You can see the bolt comes to here. And then I double bolted it. I put a big wide washer on so it clamps more pressure around, and you can see there it's got a bolt with some washers on that one. And then I put paste in between because that one just there is snapped, you see. This is the one we're going to have to repair. But it's been absolutely fine, but apparently some of you didn't like it, so off it comes. Off it comes. So I'll undo these bolts, drop this pipe off, and while it's dropped I'm going to have a quick look at that lambda sensor as well. Yeah, that's where we are, that's what we'll do. So I can't believe I'm doing this because you guys whinged. I thought you guys were my friends. What's going on? Right, anyway, I'll come back to you once the pipe's hanging off. Just so I can show you, you know, there was no blowing because there's no black soot that's escaped past anywhere. So you guys are like, he's going to blow. Hadn't blowed. Did not blow. Anyway, we're here now. That's off. Well, it's not hanging down as far as I wanted it to because I want to look at that. I want to look at that there. Oh, it means I'm going to have to undo all them down there. Anyway, we're not doing that right now. We're doing this. Right, so now we need to go up top and get rid of the heat shield and get the manifold off. So we need to undo these torques at the top. That one in the middle there, that one in the middle there, they're E10s. There's the lambda that's going to be in the way that I'm probably going to have to disconnect. And then you can just see another one sticking out in the middle of the screen roughly. Not quite sure how I'm going to get to that one at the moment. Now, the only sockets I have are on my 3/8 ratchet. They was far too tight for my 3/8 ratchet. So what I've done is I've stuck a bar over the ratchet, which has extended it. If any of you know anything about forces and all that business, I think the word fulcrum point, but I could be wrong. I really could be wrong on that one. The further away you're applying pressure, the more torque that it's going to put on the actual bolt. So I put that on there, held it nice and tight with one hand, and then twisted it with the other, and off it popped. So I'm going to do the other one now. So I'm going to put that on there, hold it down nice and tight. There we go. And now I can undo the rest, probably by hand. Yeah. Just be careful if you're doing that on some bolts because you may end up snapping the heads off because you put a stupid amount of torque on and they're only that big. Tiny little bolts. Just got the third one out as well because that was a pain. I didn't think I'd film it because it was awkward to get to. First injury of the day, if you can see that, you know. First injury of the day. There we go. So you can see now we can get to the manifold bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and a 9th. There's one on the side as well. So I'm going to undo them now, and we'll be able to drop the manifold down out the bottom, or maybe even out the top, but probably definitely out the bottom. Just got to watch this dipstick tube. So I pulled the dipstick tube out of the way because that's what bolts onto the heat shield, and then I threaded the lambda sensor through the hole to make life easier, pulled this bit down and bent this trim out of the way sort of thing, and then literally just, you kind of saw it on camera, just pulled it up out of the way. So now I'm going to disconnect and undo all them, which is going to be great difficulty because of that, I reckon the 10 mils. That's the 13 there. Yeah, the 10 mils. So I hope these don't freaking snap. I might even stick some WD on them as well. So not that you can tell at the moment, but I've managed to crack them all off. But that one there with that little socket on it was starting to round. So I ended up using a 1/4 drive, so I've gone down a size because it's the only one I can get to fit in with a 6-sided socket. I recommend using 6 sides, not multi-spline. Like if I compare that one there, you can see it's multi-spline, so it's got lots of teeth. Use a 6-sided, and I managed to crack it off. So I'm just going to undo these and I'll show you when the manifold is loose. Right, so they're all off now. There's a bit, look, there we go, it's loose straight away. So, hopefully, if I can do this with one hand, I can kind of... Alright, let's quickly get underneath. Alright, let's take that out of there. Somehow. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. One Manicat. Just showing it the gasket's still on there when we look for it in a bit, so I inevitably can't find it. There we go. She's off. That's better if we zoom out. There we go. Gasket. Very bright. And the cat. Or a Manicat. The reason why it's called a Manicat? The cat is built in the manifold. Manifold to the top, that's the cat. Or the collector. Like a collector cat. So now we have the manifold in the garage. This is some oil, I think, from probably when I spilt topping up the engine. It'll burn off anyway. Oh no! So there's the manifold, as you can see, all the cylinders and the lambda cable still attached there. I think that's the oil I spilt when I topped up the engine. So now you can get a really good look at this. Well, I say a really good look, I could do with a torch. So I could show you inside and you can see the cat. Don't know if you can see that. Oh, there you go, your focus. That honeycomb there is the bit that gets hot and makes chemical reactions and changes the emissions. Here's our studs. This one is usable. That one, it's really been bitten away, but it takes a bolt, so there must be a little bit of thread left in it. But this is the one that you guys were like, you should change it and get rid of it and whatever. I have no idea how the hell I'm going to get that out. I'm just going to get mole grips on it, I think. Yeah. I'm going to get my camera set up on a stand. Hang on, let's spin that around. So I'm going to get the camera. That's a very dark face. Camera set up on the stand, and then just go to town on that, because I've got no idea what I'm doing with it, if I'm honest. And I have no stud extractor kits. I do, but I don't think they'll work for that. So I'm going to get the mole grips on it. No idea what I'm doing. Oh, I know that's loose. Nope. I don't know if I just need to chop this thicker off with an angle grinder and drill it out. I might do that. Well, not quite sure if that's helped me or not. I'm going to get my punch in there now and see if I can smack that bit out. But I have no idea if I can or not. Don't think that's going to work either. So I've used the gasket as a stencil to mark where I need the hole to be. I think I'm just going to have to drill through it. It's the only thing I can do. Time to get the drill. Well, that was a pain in the ass. But we have a hole through. Now we just need to make it bigger, and then bigger, and then bigger, and then bigger, so we can get a bolt in it. But it's gone through. What a pain in the ass. I'll come back when I made it bigger. So I finally managed to drill the hole. What I think I'm going to do to try and tap a thread back into it is I'm going to use a tap and die, and then I might helicoil it. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting into the metal. Well, I'm it's a bugger to try and keep it straight to start it off. Once it's started off, it'll be fine. But I'm cutting into it a thread. So if you've never used one of these before, it's called a tap and die. Or the whole set's called a tap and die. Use one side to thread the actual bolts, the holes, sorry, And then the other side, I forget which is which, you can use to re-thread a bolt. I suppose you can use this to re-tap a nut. That's essentially what we're doing. So I'm going to back it back out now. See, it won't pull. There's a thread there now. Try and do it gently and straight. There we go. There we are, we have a thread. I'll get the camera and I'll show you. There we are, you can just see there is a thread in there. And try and clean that out now. It's just off the centre, so I can make that work. I can definitely make that work. So what we've got here is, because we put a thread in it, close your eyes people, the bolt size I want to use won't fit because it's the size too big. So you can use something called a helicoil. What that is I've used it in a different video as well. It's a thread, basically like a spring, and you can put that thread inside the thread we've just cut. And then the bolt I want to use, or the size thread I want to use, will then fit. See? Magic. Absolutely magic. So what I need to do now is chop this off with the angle grinder. Well, no, I take that back. I need to take this back out, put a nut on it, somewhere on here, then chop it off with the angle grinder, then I can use the nut to put the thread back on this where I've chopped it with the angle grinder. So we'll do that. I'll find a nut for this first. I hate using angle grinders with a passion. Absolutely hate them. But it's left me with a stud we can use. There you go. We have a working, fully usable stud. Look how messy my bench is. This is my box of bolts. Ooh, that one's warm. And studded bars and stuff. Let's put that there. So that was my tap and die set. That's my helicoil set, which has done its job once again. Fantastic tool, that. Absolutely fantastic tool. What am I missing? Draw bit and the cutter. Oh yeah, there's the cutter. Right, I'll put these away and then it's time to put this manifold back on the car. So it's time now to put this back on the car and we'll see how well this stud lines up. I've not filmed putting the manifold back on because it took like half an hour to do the bolts up, so it's a bit pointless. I've still got the lambda sensor to connect, but obviously I need to thread the heat shield on top and the bottom pipe to attach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the bottom pipe, connect this lambda sensor, and then check that there's no blows from the top of the from the manifold, make sure everything's tight before I put the heat shield on. Makes the most sense really, because it would be a ball ache. So we're off to a good start. As you can see, that's gone through there. This one's going to go through there. So I'm going to put the gasket in between, a new gasket. I'm going to put that in between, and then put some bolts on, start pulling that in, and then I'm going to line up this last hole, because obviously that has a bolt that goes through it. And we'll see how we get on. So I'll show you in a second. 1, 2, and the new one 3. Now some of you are going to ask, why didn't I put a stud in that one? You know, because it had that big chunk out the side. Hang on, if I can somehow turn the camera. I don't know if you can see now at the moment. It had that chunk out the side. I wasn't willing to drill it because obviously it's just going to make it loose and fragile, or even snap, and then I'll be stuck. So I left that one as it was. So we have 2 studs and 1 bolt. So I'm hopefully, internet out there, I'll give you a thumb up. Hopefully you're happy now. So I'm just going to connect the lambda sensor on there, because I've been filming 2 videos at once. Connect the lambda sensor up at the top and then give it a test and see how it sounds. So everything's connected now, everything's bolted. The only thing that's missing is the heat shield, which I've explained. If there's blowing and I need to tighten it, then obviously I can get to it still. As I just quickly mentioned, I've been filming 2 videos at once. So the video you'll see after this is fixing the engine management light. So I've had the other piece of the exhaust off and I need to check that there's no blow. So I'm going to fire it up now and hope that it doesn't blow anywhere. So we're not in gear. Sweet. So she's not blowing. Not normally a good thing. Normally you want it to blow, but not this. You don't want this to blow. So I'm going to quickly disconnect that again, feed it through, put the heat shield back on, and ta-da, it'll be done. Well, you can't win everything. I've got 2 of them in, that one down there, and that one snapped on the way in, and it wasn't even all the way down, nor was it cross-threaded. I hate them freaking Torx things. I hate them. I hate them. So, ladies and gentlemen of my subscriber YouTube channel, people, watchers, I hope you're happy now that I fixed the stud. Even though it didn't blow before, but it's not blowing now, and I didn't need to use any exhaust paste. So, hope you're happy. It's all fixed, all runs, sounds good, and I do think it was blowing. Well, it could have been blowing there for all I know, but I don't think it was. But I do think it was blowing around the oxygen sensor, but it's not anymore. So, it sounds a little bit quieter, which is always good. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video soon. Where have I gone? It's dark. Where have I gone? I made that. Look at my stickers. Go to my website and buy some. You don't have to, but if you want any, they're at my website, bluudyscarries.com. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys. Get some stickers.